On today's episode of Based After Dark,
They all come prepared, especially Hassan. Everyone comes prepared. You know, they've got their talking points in a row.
where are the children, Hassan? Where are the children, Hassan?
Wait a second. What the fuck is this,
My
dude?
God.
There's one comment that just says Hamsey.
I mean,
Ah,
Yeah.
oh man,
Damn,
whoa,
dude.
What was that? What was that initial reaction you just had there? What
he's
Yeah.
hideous. He is disgusting. That's the worst thing I've ever seen, dude.
Based
After dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Base After Dark, episode 58. Not season 2, just episode 58. First off, I want to shout out to our 252 patrons. Woo! Much love. We appreciate you. Thank you for your topics. Thank you for your comments, interacting with our beautiful podcast. We love you very much. And remember, if you're thinking about being a patron, you can sign up for free. You can get a free week to binge all the content and then cancel if you want. Or forget about it and feed Saint Tits, who is here today with us. Speaking of our panel today, we have Mr. Saint Tits, editor-in-chief, producer of the Based After Dark podcast. We have Hamsey. He's got some donuts on his shirt. He's looking very handsome today. And, from the worldwide Behemoth Enterprise, Mr. Casey from YouTube Kick Behemoth. How we doing, fellas?
Fucking
Good,
fantastic.
Yeah,
I like that shirt, Hamilton. I was gonna say that earlier. I didn't, but I
Thanks.
forgot. To
Yeah,
give
you know,
pay
when
the
he
compliment.
said he's got donuts on his shirt, I still think the donuts are cool, but I bought this online. It looked kind of small, like on the picture. I thought they were little buttholes, which I thought was funny.
you bought
But
you bought it because they were little buttholes.
Well, also because it looked cool.
Listen, man, you can't be online these days and be talking about little buttholes because, people get a lot of ideas when you say something like that. You know what I mean?
No.
I mean, if you're trying to take the mantle of Ignoble since he's been kind of gone, like, that's okay.
Yeah,
But, like,
we're-
you can't.
No, we don't
gotta
have
talk
to
about
replace
the.
We don't
We
have
got to
to
talk about the roster, dude. Ignoble's just gone in the wind. Krylax, there's a lot of Krylax fans out there. I see you guys in the comments.
Yeah, they're waiting for the return.
next week, dude. Next week he's coming back. Ignoble's gone with the wind. He might be in federal prison. I'm gonna look up his name actually, real quick.
How do you spell that? The first part of it? It's pretty long.
Bro, I'm fucking guessing. I'll show you guys a picture.
Dude, we would never be
I'll
able to
send you
give him
guys a
commissary. It would be going, the jail would be like, there's no one here by this name. And we're like,
Bro,
fuck.
listen. Okay, so here's what I
I
know.
googled it. There's 2 results in all of Google.
I was going to say, from
think
what
I
I know
spelled it
about
right.
our outstanding justice system and the jails and prison, as soon as Ignoble opens his mouth and they hear the octaves of his voice, they're taking everything he's got, bro.
It's all over.
I mean,
Dude.
it's over, bro. He can't. He shouldn't speak. He should just not talk. Maybe
He
silent.
wouldn't last
Silent
1
in the
second.
corner.
Dude.
Yeah. They're gonna know what he comes from immediately.
I think
So-
he would survive. I think he would adapt. I think
Oh, he would definitely adapt and he'll stretch in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? But
What do you
he'll
mean?
probably make it.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean,
Tell me what you mean.
there's some individuals in there that might take care of him if he takes care of them. You know what I mean? A mutual symbiotic relationship, possibly. It'd keep him afloat in
Jesus
there.
Christ.
I wish he was here to defend himself, but he probably would agree with me, honestly.
Dude, he hasn't even messaged the Discord. He hasn't talked to us in like a month, dude.
That is
I haven't
true.
seen-
No, you have to
I haven't
text him.
seen anything from him.
The circle grows smaller every day. That's okay. I love you guys. But we put out I said, do we have any heroes today? We added Qneeks. I even added Qneeks, but we're getting down to the thin,
dude,
bro.
You think Unique's answer is okay? But Jake's coming back. It's true. We've
Okay.
lost some real ones. We lost Zoe. That's true.
Yes.
I'm writing off Ignoble. He's gone. He's gone forever. I mean, like 9 Rain, never really on the list, but he was like lightly penciled in. Like very easily erased. You could do with your finger.
he fucking, he left me on
I-
red today.
I think when it
Tpapa
comes
is
to
yeah.
I think when it comes to the write-offs, we can learn from the past and like how we can capitalize in the future. And listen, here's the thing, man. This is a big commitment. It's a lot more than
It's
just
true.
showing up every week,
It's true.
It's
That's
not.
true.
getting in a call.
No, that's true.
And
Give yourself
sometimes
some credit,
people-
buddy. Give yourself some credit.
Yeah. We do. I mean, it's a lot more than just showing up. And sometimes people like to get involved for a little bit, and they might not understand what it really entails, and that's okay. We all have lives. Sometimes people come, sometimes people go, and I think what we can learn from the past moving forward is we got to get content
People
out of the
are
write-offs.
fucking lazy. That's what we can learn.
No,
from the
no, no,
past.
no, 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 no. That's not what
Oh,
it's
sorry.
about. No,
Okay,
no, no.
That's not
Keep going,
false,
sorry.
but that's
I'm a
that's not
different
what it's
direction
about.
with it right now. I'm saying we can get content off of the write-offs. You know, like
That's
let's say,
true. I like
you know,
this.
Zoe
Okay, keep
let
going.
us know.
Let him cook.
Zoe
let him
let
cook.
us know. Zoe let us
Cook.
know. Oh, you know, like I'm starting this new job. Everything. You know, I'm not gonna be really on as much. Slash maybe ever. And then like, okay, we like go. Okay, one more pod. Let's get like one more pod with Zoe, and then we do the pod towards the end of it. Boom, we hire some guys. They fucking roll in, dude. While cameras are rolling, ski masks on. They take her, boom, slap the camera, falls, recording done. That's the end of the pod.
Does she know this is gonna happen?
Zoe's written off now. Well, no, I'm saying
Why
theoretically.
did you go there?
Damn, what did you-
That's
what
the
did you
first
do?
question you
No,
had.
no,
is,
no.
Did she know?
I was gonna say, man,
Look,
before
look,
you
look.
put that
Well,
shirt
yeah,
on
she
today,
knows.
what did you do, man? Before you put that shirt on, what did you do today? Is there anything you
No,
like?
no.
you
I'm
inhaled or-
saying, I'm just giving
Just-
Zoe's example. We could said Ignoble as an example. You know, he tells us, oh, you know, guys, I'm starting a new job and I'm not going to be on the pod as much. So we say, okay, let's get you on one more episode, and then end of episode, what happened? Ignoble fucking chokes on whatever he's eating, falls off to the side. What the hell? Pod ends. Boom, cliffhanger for the next episode. Find out what happens to me on the Patreon. You know,
You
sub
know,
to the Patreon. And
I
then,
love
Okay,
the
and
so
idea
then
of
I
going
like what
for
you're saying.
now
Let me-
he's
let
not
me-
on the
let me-
pod anymore.
Let me interject. I like what you're saying. I like where you're going, you know. But here's what I think, you know. So we should just, if whoever misses that week, maybe we have a segment where we make fun of the people who missed, especially, you know, go into it. Maybe because I feel like that's where we've definitely gotten some especially 9 rated. We've definitely, I mean, I
That
would
is a good
say over the past 20 podcasts, we've at least spent a couple hours talking about why 9 raid's not here, you know. But he
That's
quit
a bit
giving
for sure,
excuses,
yeah.
though. He quit giving excuses. We don't have anything to work with this week, man. He usually has
Maybe
like.
he watched the podcast and was like, "These fucking guys just don't let me live." Like my best friend survived a dangerous surgery, and we had to, you know, like these guys are really inappropriate with it.
okay, and
Instead of
as good as that
thinking
is, let's say, you know, one day on the Patreon pod, you know, 9 Rain's fucking house couch is on fire, and then recording ends, and like, and then, you know, he just doesn't show up for the next handful of pods. We're like, dude, we missed 9 Rain so much. Like, if you want to know what happened, you know, this Patreon pod, you gotta go subscribe. Boom, 10, 12, 15 subscribers right there.
Messed up part is that that's an excuse that 9 Rain would give. He's like, "Hey guys, I can't make it. My couch caught on fire today. Like I've got a lot to deal with. It's, you know, it's big."
Mhm. Yeah. Well,
I
like you said,
hold up.
Go ahead.
I like the idea of the storylines for this, but
Yeah,
the examples you're given, Hamilton, something in my mind is telling me you're drawing a little too heavily from WWE, trying to get these real
I caught
storylines.
that too. I also caught this vibe.
Yeah? Okay.
You donut shirt wearing fuck. That's the first thing that I thought of when you started talking. Actually,
really? Is that easy?
Yeah.
Okay, I
All
don't
of
know,
us
man. I know.
clocked that.
you know,
All
you're
of us
influenced,
clocked
bro.
that,
You're
dude.
touched. You're touched by the WWE in a lot of different ways.
I don't
That's
know,
okay,
man.
though.
Yeah,
That's
I
okay, you
relate
know?
all sorts of. I relate all sorts of, you know, things in
No,
real
but that's
life.
content brain.
I don't know.
That's content brain,
Yeah.
which is good to
You
have.
were
as a
cooking, you know.
content
You were
brainer.
cooking.
It's a
I'll give you
specific
Yeah.
brand of content brain, but it's still content brain.
I
You know?
I
Yeah.
want to touch upon that though. Instead of like making some just elaborate backstory and then like having to get them in on it and take acting classes and maybe do steroids, why not just have?
Well,
It would be cool to have the original 6 back on and like Zoe and Ignoble like tell.
not the original 6.
Well, my
Yeah, come
original
on, man.
6.
I'm trying to be on, bro.
My original 6.
Okay.
My
okay,
original
so
six.
we're
I'd like to
clear.
join it. That's cool, man.
That went over my head, and then it came back over my head. and I was
It
like,
came
whoa,
back. It came
whoa,
back.
whoa.
I forgot
We need to
who was
find
here
that guy. I don't know
before
what
me.
that
All
guy's
right.
doing, but it's probably nothing.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Nothing good.
But
Mm.
I would like to have
I
Zoe
wonder.
and Ignoble come back on and, you know, just explain the journey they've gone through and like at least talk to the fans, you know, because
That would be a really fun
That's fair.
cast.
That's fair. I like
Yeah.
that. We can make that happen.
That'll
Surely
take
they
some
can,
pre-planning.
Yeah, we can plan
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for sure.
Pre-plan
I
like
think
a
that's a good
one-off, like-
idea.
We're not asking him to come back regularly. They're like, hey, like, you're still our good friend. Like, we talked to you guys a good bit both. Like, come back and give us your whole story just for a one-off episode. Or we could even do one of them each individually.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, 2 full. That's like, so that's a lot of content we can get out of that.
I'll be
Yeah.
seeing Zoe at TwitchCon. Since you guys aren't coming.
She's going to TwitchCon?
Well, she lives in San Diego.
She's already there,
I
bro.
forgot about
She's
that,
already
yeah.
there, brother. TwitchCon's
That's
coming to her.
valid.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna see her. I plan to see her.
This is how it is, dude. If
I'll
she
have
can't
to-
go to TwitchCon, they're taking TwitchCon to her.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
we go do. Maybe we all fly. You know the in-person studio we always thought about doing. Then what if we just set that up down the street from where she lives and say, "All right, well, you said you couldn't make it because you were busy. You know, we made this as convenient as possible for you."
How many patrons do we have in this scenario, Hamsey? How many patrons do we have?
This is more in like the
We're gonna need some
2-3K,
more.
I think, scenario.
Yeah.
Do you think they would stop us at TwitchCon if we just brought in like a full podcast setup and like folding chairs and like sat on the floor at TwitchCon and just
Yeah,
recorded
for
a
sure.
podcast?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
think
probably.
I don't think they would.
Nah, they are pretty
I don't think
serious
they'd stop
about
us.
The filming.
I've heard
You
them
can-
stop
you
people
can
from
stream
IRL.
TwitchCon.
I've heard them stopping people from IRL streaming TwitchCon.
What?
For what reasons I don't know, but
You can stream outside of the place, but you can't go in with it. I think now. I think they're not
No,
letting
I-
you stream inside of there. I think now.
Is that
There's a
new?
rule.
Because
It's
we
new,
streamed
it's
in there
new.
last time.
Yeah, I streamed there
What?
at San Diego. I streamed inside of there, and no one said anything. But I remember when we went.
yeah,
to
but
Vegas,
he's Prison
they had-
Joe, dude. If like Aiden Ross
That's
was
true.
doing this, they would fucking.
That's true as well. I'm literally
Yeah,
Prison
that's a good
Joe.
point.
Like if Aiden Ross was in there with just like there's just a fucking spectacle, you know, where there's just people everywhere, like that would make more sense. Where
Oh,
like
well-
it makes sense why they'd be pissed off.
No, it was the Hassan thing. Do you guys not remember that when Hassan was at
No.
TwitchCon? Yeah, he was live streaming
I
his
don't.
TwitchCon, and people were just coming up to him and having debates. And you know how people from the internet have debates, so it went really, really well, and it was really cool.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
was really cool.
Yeah,
Really
I
level-headed
remember that.
conversations
Yeah.
Yeah.
taking place.
A productive, equal
Yeah.
conversation where both persons trying
Yeah.
to further their own
yeah,
point of view
and,
is what it
and
was.
both sides are being, concise and coherent and have great points. Both of them.
Yeah. And then they all come prepared, especially Hassan. Everyone comes prepared. They've
Yes.
got their talking points in a row.
Where are
Yeah,
the children,
for sure.
Hassan? Where are the children, Hassan?
So last week's episode, speaking of the podcast, we had a lot of engagement. I'll have to give the MVP to Tasty. He did pull out, just impromptu pull out the gay tier list that he had built with help of Melba. Correct? She helped you about that as well.
Yes, yeah, it's her list originally, and then it just became a collaborative effort with the community, and it grew into something beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've
we
got a
had
lot
a-
more additions to it.
Yeah, we had a
Mm-hmm.
lot of responses in the comments, and we were talking about it earlier. Wanted to go over some of the responses. If you don't know what we're talking about, Tasty has a list that is things that are just kind of that are gay inherently. That like
Things are
everything-
gay. Yeah.
They give off
For
the
instance,
the energy.
that you might
Yeah.
not think are gay. They just kind of do them every day, and maybe you're not thinking about it, but you could.
Yeah.
When
like,
it
for
happens,
instance-
something the vibes feel different. Like the napkin on the drink thing. Like when that happens, you're like but you don't immediately think it, but it is.
Yeah.
Drinking lemonade.
And you should be afraid of it.
Yeah.
Just embrace it. If it's you, it's you.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly.
Embrace it.
I got a lot of people coming into my stream and stuff talking about that episode, saying like, dude,
I
like,
have had
I
a
do
lot too.
this.
They were like, you
Yeah, they're
left
like, I do
one
this.
out.
That's not
Yeah.
gay. And I was like, what's wrong with that? First of all, and like, yes, it is. Second of all,
Yeah,
Just
no, they
accept
would
it.
come into the stream. I had that a good bit too. They would come into the stream and be like, "Yo, like, you guys were talking about like all the things that were gay, and like you left out like drinking lemonade. That's why I said that." I was like, "Oh, dude,
That's a really good one.
That
actually,
is,
yeah.
If you just
Pretty gay.
if you get out
It's
if
a
you get up the
sleeper.
Minute Maid and you stir a pot up, bro, that's just gay. It just is what it
Yeah.
is.
Making
Yeah,
making your
so-
own lemonade.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So,
Put some
you
sugar in
know,
there.
like-
If you're actually leveling it out as well a lot, like that's even that's
consistency is
yeah,
what you're looking
yeah.
for."
Yeah.
you're going
You're
even
gonna weigh the
higher.
grams of sugar and lemon, like fucking.
Yeah,
get
come
outta
on now.
here.
Yeah, so I mean, there might have been a few comments we made on this podcast in the past that have been a little baiting. We try to bait the engagement. We're good baiters. We're
What?
great baiters. Some
What?
might even say we're master
Masturbators.
baiters. But we asked the people who were listening to say that, if there's anything that we left out, comment and let us know. And they really
let us
showed
know.
out, man. There's
They
some good
really
stuff
did.
out there.
Can you go
That
through
was
some of them if you
great.
don't mind? Do you have the list up, Hamsey?
I do, and I don't like what this top comment is, honestly. Someone fucking attacked me big time, dude.
Ooh, what's
So-
good? Yeah.
so
what's going on?
So,
Dude, what's
so
their
they
name,
fired.
man? Where do they live? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, their name is Mr. O42. Where they live, I'm working on that right now. I have my team pressing the buttons, and so one of the things I said is it gay to be cold and put on a sweater? And someone actually in the call, I think it was Tpapa, said, "I've seen you wear that one specific sweater like all the time, when we're hanging out and stuff." And I was like, "No, dude, like that's not to be cold. That's just like a thin sweater. I just like the way it feels." And someone commented on that and took what I said, and they said, Hamsey's saying the sweater wasn't because he was cold, it was thin, and he just wanted to be comfy. Yeah.
Dude, that's a strong argument, though.
He's valid, bro. He's honestly.
Well, you're wearing something because it looks good and it's comfortable?
No. I got.
I don't know how we didn't catch that, dude. How did we not catch that last week?
I got fucked on, dude.
Dude, yeah, you're like LeBron in the poster, the guy under him. Like that's you right now, dude. Like it's.
Yeah, I fell out of my chair when I was like, oh, maybe I'll check the pod comments, and like I fell out of my chair, dude. Like I had to call my mom, and I was like, "Am I okay?"
Mom, am I gay?
That was that's pretty easy. He's vowed for that.
Yeah.
What garments?
Pretty bad.
What garments are not gay though? Because I feel like we got short sleeve shirts left.
Wife beaters. Wife beaters aren't gay. That's the straightest thing you can wear.
No, that's untrue. Okay, no. Here's the thing. I have an argument. It is extremely gay unless you have a food stain on your wife beater. Then that's the only straight garment in the world.
Yeah, or like a wet stain.
Or
You know what I think is the most
stain.
ungay article of clothing you can wear is mid-calf socks. Nike, Under Armour.
I was gonna say, especially if they have branding on them, as well as hats as well. Like this is This is a very like right now. Like I'm wearing this pretty non-gay hat, but I have.
That's
someone
why they haven't
got a
suspected
Nike.
you yet.
Yeah,
that's
Nike
your disguise
logo
right there, buddy. I'm on to you.
Yeah, my hat says "send hentai." It's pretty fucking gay.
Yeah, so
I like that. That's fucking. I didn't even see that.
That's like
why
outright
I
gay.
because we have like the duality of like we have like the opposites of the
Dude,
spectrum.
okay, so I'm looking down the list, and I have a couple ones that are really good that people comment on the last one. Someone said, when you go to sip from a straw, but the straw moves and you chase it around with your mouth.
Pretty good.
That's so good.
Yeah, I've been there though, dude. I fucking.
We've all been there, dude.
And you purse your lips. You're
trying to suck it.
There was one point where Tacey said it's gay to take a receipt, like a paper receipt.
Touch a receipt at all. That's gay.
And I have and apparently we have a viewer who loves the pod, and he's a cashier at Costco, where like they have to give you the receipt they don't physically fucking let you out the store. It's like they have this like crazy security system, and
I take my sleeve like this,
and
that's
so
gay.
I think
that's gay for not because you don't want to be gay.
That motion you just did right there was extremely. Yeah.
I did. Yeah. I want to be honest. Mid motion, I was like, I've completely fucked my argument, dude. I've just destroyed.
Oh no, dude.
No, so we have a viewer who works at Costco and has to give receipts to every customer, and I'm sorry, Jordan. I mean, facts are facts. It's not up to us, really. Like if you think about it. Yeah. Someone also said losing a hardcore group Ironman life to a Zygamite while cycling.
Okay, well, cycling at all, number one. So let's just get that out of the way.
Like, if you're one of those guys in the tight suit riding a bike in the fucking way of the roadway, you're gay.
No, that's true. That is true.
Oh, someone had a good one as well. It was having a twin over the age of 13.
What, are you supposed to kill your twin, bro? What are you?
I don't know. It's like, why are you 25 years old and you got a twin?
No, that's
a little out there. I don't know about that.
My twin. That's kind of a.
I get it.
Oh.
That's just a shot of 9 Rain.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was gonna make the cycling. I feel like cycling, if you're just riding a bike in like regular street clothes like that, like I don't see that. That doesn't hit the same way. But if you got the full fit, if you got the full, like, you know what I'm talking about, the full bodysuit with the fucking aerodynamic helmet, like that, yeah.
That's like road biking.
Yeah, like when you're
that's
really
the stuff
into
that Fat Clouds does.
You know, like you got your fucking cheeks hanging off the sides, like it's tight spandex, you know?
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's very uncomfortable. I've done road biking a couple times for various purposes, and a road bike seat is like just a thin little strip of, and it just, you know, it gets way
Dude,
in
that
there.
shit's hitting your taint hard, isn't it? Like, do you
Yeah,
get a lot
no,
of
it-
like pressure there?
Dude, like I had a bruised taint the first time I went road biking. Yeah.
Unlucky, dude.
Yeah. And I was like younger. I was half my size now. Imagine I'd road bike at 230 pounds. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm done for. I'm gone.
Like, you might
It's
even
over
get some
for me.
prostate stimulation from that at that weight. You know, you might really press down. So that's what I'm saying.
I pressed
you know?
down pretty hard, dude.
That's
Okay,
what I-
maybe we
that's
do.
what I'm- that's what I'm saying.
Again, gay, but
Yeah.
it sounds
Yeah.
like a good time. Yeah.
Someone said measuring ingredients. I think all my kitchen
come
folks will agree
on.
that
Come on, that's a little.
Come on, man.
we eyeball that. We
I'm
eyeball that shit.
autistic. I'm
If
not
you're-
sucking
no.
cock. Come on,
If you're
man.
if you're cooking,
Well,
if
also
you're
being
cooking,
autistic
that's
is kind of
fine.
gay.
The time you measure ingredients is in baking.
I bake too. Come on, man.
I know.
We
I can-
eyeball that shit.
I
man.
can tell. I can tell. Okay.
Like food. It's fun.
Yeah, you know, the typical. I will give Hamsey that. Like, the typical masculine, like, grill master, like, when he throws on the rub, like, he ain't fucking measuring shit out, bro. He knows
Nah,
what he's doing.
dude.
You know, I'll
No
give you
time
that.
for that.
I'll give you. I feel like it depends on what it is, though. You know, it depends on what you're making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just watching Hell's Kitchen on my stream because I was doing like a long agility grind. So I watched like a full season and a half of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
And there are recurring, because this is in like late 2000s, like 2007 to 2010, and TV was just different back then. Every single season, there's at least 2 to 3 characters that are like wildly sexist. And in this one, I think it was season 4, this one guy like blew the fuck up on his team because they put him on vegetables instead of meats. And vegetables were for women, and there was a woman chef on the team. And so he wanted her to do vegetables so he could do meat.
I mean,
It
dude,
was
Well, that's
gays,
problematic.
so
yeah.
out there,
bro.
dude. It
Eating
was so
vegetables
out
is
there.
eating vegetables is gay. I eat meat,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Meat and carbohydrates. That's it. That's all you can do.
I take meat way down my.
You take meat on a different level. You take
Yeah.
meat better than
You
anyone.
take
ever
a lot of
met,
meat.
dude.
That's
Wait,
fair.
Take meat,
Hamsey,
man.
are you
Wait a
having an
second.
epiphany? Did something just click in your head right there? Is it gay to like
No,
meat,
no.
Hamsey?
Uh-oh.
No,
Hamsey, is it
no.
gay to like
Uh,
meat?
Hamsey, buddy, it's all right, man.
I was gonna go back to this with the measuring, okay? So, like, with all due respect, if someone that does look like if there's a guy on the grill and he looks like Hamsey right now, he's got a fucking donuts on his shirt, bro, and he's measuring out like barbecue rub, I'm gonna have some questions, boss. Yeah, I'm gonna be asking it. I don't know what I'm about to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if
You
it's
afraid
like
of having
fucking
too much
Saint
flavor?
Tits, if I see Saint Tits with the mullet with the white beater on, he's just throwing shit on there, I'm not gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna be like, this guy, he's got it. You know, I don't have to ask anything.
No,
I
you know that's gonna
measure
be good.
freehand.
So.
Wait a
Do we,
second. What the fuck is this,
my
dude?
God.
There's one comment that just says Hamsey.
I mean, you
Dude,
know,
after the meat epiphany, bro, like tell him he's wrong,
Dude,
man.
this guy
Tell him
just
he's wrong.
I
got-
have
he
to
just
say, dude,
commented-
like, you're most gay when you're mad. I think you are most gay when you're mad. I think it's when the zest really.
It's
it
called
really,
being sassy, dude. It's
Ooh.
different.
Or when you're trying to lure a waiter into a cocaine deal, like you're also
Yeah,
pretty
that's
gay.
true.
Allegedly.
Hey, man, we like to
Yeah.
party.
Like,
Well,
you
listen,
could've
man.
been-
If I
you
gotta
could've-
get into
yeah.
a bathroom stall with another
Like-
man,
Like the way you
Yeah,
opened
dude.
up into that, bro. I thought you were P Diddy. Like it was a lot, you know, but it worked.
dude, you know, I didn't realize because I saw this comment when I looked earlier, and I didn't realize until right now. It's like, why did someone just comment saying Hamsey?
Is that all it says? Is just that by itself?
Dude, it's just
Hamsey.
Hamsey, bro. That's the comment.
You know what it says.
And
You know
also,
exactly
I don't
what
know
it says.
why there's an option that says translate to English. And if
What
you
does it
translate
say?
it just says Hamsey again.
Dude, even Google fucking roasted you, dude. That's
Dude,
insane.
gay in multiple languages.
God damn,
Oh
Hamsey.
no. Yeah,
Yeah.
shit, man.
Okay.
Party
Is there
gay.
is there any more? Is there a couple
I-
more?
I would
No.
like-
Is zinning gay? Is this gay?
No, I would say that aligns with the
No.
very different
Zinning?
style.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Good news, actually. This is I don't consider this quitting, but I haven't vaped in 5 days because I was going to bed the other night and my lungs hurt, and I was like, "That's
Well,
not supposed to happen."
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're
Kinda young
gonna
for
switch
that.
to the Zinnachinos for this at this point in time. A little young
Okay.
for that, dude. Yeah, a little young. So 5 days.
Yeah, I will say that I did quit vaping for like a good month, and I was just on the packs, but I'm I'm back on it because I just love it so
Oh.
much. And there's a
It's not as good.
There's a
It's not as good.
significant. I feel significantly different. Like when I'm not vaping. Like when I've not done it for a while, I'm sluggish. I'm tired. I also have COVID right now, and I'm still doing it. 'cause-
What?
Yeah, I have COVID right now. Fucking 2024, bro.
He does.
Yeah,
You know,
it's coming back. Actually, I heard.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
shit a lot the last couple days, but we still got top Tuesday out. So.
Dude, my asshole
Okay.
was
Nice,
bleeding.
nice.
Like it looked like Hamsey's shirt.
Ooh, with the frosting and everything.
Yeah, man, it was not good.
Damn.
Can I ask a noob question?
Go ahead, go ahead.
So, in high school, I used to dip a lot. I had a couple really bad experiences of swallowing, picking up the roll.
Dip
What'd you use? Did you use
disgusting,
Grizzly,
yeah.
Wintergreen? That's like the most. That's pretty standard.
Skull Wintergreen.
Oh, that's gay.
I mean, this is
No.
gonna get way gay.
I
This
worked-
is gonna
Let's
get
just
way
keep-
I
gayer
worked in
because
construction. There's a plenty of men out there that are dipping skull, and they are not gay. And
Yeah, no. I
Um,
think
okay,
in the
well,
dip world,
they might
it's
be
only
the most
I was
gay.
gonna say in the dip world, if we are going off the gay tier list, I would say it only gets in the gay tier list if it's like the flavored ones, like if it's away from like the wintergreen or the mint. Like I remember in high school, like vividly, people getting flamed for fucking using like there's like grape and there's like fucking berry, like all these different like flavor, and it was usually skull, I think.
berry
If I
skull.
remember
Okay,
correctly.
so this is actually gonna get progressively gayer then, I think, by those standards.
I'm
'cause,
Listen, dude, that's what we're here for. You know.
So I had a couple bad experiences of like picking up the wrong cup, and then I started switching to skull pouches, which are still pretty heavy. And then I remember one time we were, me and my boys, we would play some beer pong. Arguments would get heavy. We start throwing fists. Bro tackled me, and I swallowed a fucking full pouch. And
Oh.
that is like a 2-day process if you haven't done that. And then so this is where it really gets to it is so then I switched to snus.
What's the difference?
Oh, like the real shortcut stuff.
Yes.
Well, so what?
Mm.
Can you explain the differences for me? Because I don't. This is just nicotine salt. Like there's no tobacco.
Okay, well, I guess the question that I was going to ask you is the question you just asked me. I was just going to ask what the difference is between snus
Yeah.
and Zyn.
This is just nicotine salt. So it's like a purified salt in a pouch. There's not even. They don't even have to put cancer warnings on these because there's no tobacco.
Yeah.
So what's
I
the difference
think-
between Zyn and snus?
I think snus is non-tobacco nicotine. I'm pretty sure. Like that's the difference. Wait,
Non-tobacco
don't-
nicotine.
I thought it was snus. Well, the Europeans say snus,
The Europeans say snus. True. This is
and
true.
they invented that shit because they're dude. This is so like the Americans. We use like the 6 milligrams or 3 if you're a
let
woman.
me
or
see
child.
here. Let's ask.
They've got like
I just looked it up.
100 milligrams
Oh
in
my God.
Northern Europe, dude. Like that would make you
No,
puke.
but they do call it snus. Yeah, no, it's like football or football.
I thought it had to do with how it was like cut. If it's like shorter or longer, I don't know. I
Snus
didn't-
Snus does not have tobacco.
It does. It is a smokeless, powdered form of tobacco that is consumed orally. It is usually made of air-dried ground tobacco, water, salt, flavoring, and taste additives. Snus can come in loose form or in small sachet or pouch, usually made of organic cellulose that is placed between the gum and the cheek or upper lip. So it's tobacco.
Yeah, I mean it's like the same
Okay,
as
so there's
Zyn. I don't-
tobacco.
Yes.
Like, what's
Well, Zyn has no tobacco at all. It's like chemically created nicotine. There's no tobacco in the process.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought snus, so it's like finally like
Yes.
grinded down. It's like shredded, and then like so like you're like standard dips is like the long cut stuff. It's all like wadded up and it's a lot more thick. The consistency is different. I thought that was. Is that the main difference? Am I right?
That
on
is
or
the
no?
main difference. Snus is like a
Okay.
powder. I had a couple
Okay.
of friends who did it, and like some people
Our,
snort
Okay.
that
that's,
shit.
I don't
so
know.
our football
Snort
coach
it.
in college, that's what he did. He did snus. Bro was just fucking ripping it 24/7.
I used to snus during football games, and my coach caught me at one point
I would puke.
and
Oof.
was like,
Yeah.
"Is there something in your mouth?" We're
Dangerous.
mid fucking game, dude, like third quarter, and he's like, "Is there something in your mouth?" And I just swallowed that shit without even thinking twice.
Oh, dude.
I mean, dude, no, it's not like swallowing it. It doesn't feel good. It's not quite like, I mean, if you swallowed a dip pouch, you're on your fucking knees. It didn't feel good, but it's definitely not on that level.
Did you not just
Um,
puke it up immediately?
Yeah, I would just. It's a
No,
football game.
no. You
People
won't
puke.
you won't feel good, but like that's what I'm saying. Like if it was a dip pouch, you would puke it up. And then my coach was like, I saw that in your mouth. Like, and also, if you're gonna do it, don't do it on the field, and also just do the real thing. Like, you're being a fucking pussy. He's this real big redneck, dude. I think he was even doing not even dip. You know, what's that like real cut tobacco that they do, man?
Red man.
Pull it
Chewing
out of
tobacco?
the-
Talking about chewing tobacco?
Red man.
Yeah, real
like Red
chewing
Man?
tobacco.
Chew, yeah, chew.
And
Yeah, I was gonna-
imagine someone who does that, seeing some 17-year-old doing snus.
Well, I was gonna ask you how prevalent was it in your high school? It's like where I grew up at my high school. It's like everybody did. Like I got tried. I just didn't like it. I wasn't a fan. But all my friends, everybody was like, people were obsessed. So they would get. So like there was like a period of the day where you could go. It was like in the morning where you could go and like get like kind of like breakfast essentially. But it was like a 30-minute period where you could like go get like chocolate milk or like a biscuit or something. It was around like 10 a.m. or something. If you want to go get something
and all the
small,
cool
they
kids
let
talk.
you. Yeah,
They've all got
you
their
go,
sections.
Yeah,
Yep.
you go get something, and people would get the chocolate milk bottle that's like it's not see through. It's just like brown all the way down. It's like purity. They would buy that just so when they're in class they could fucking spit into it, and the teacher's never gonna know. That was like
That's gross.
that was the tech. That was like it was like everybody always had the fucking. It'd be like fucking 1 p.m. and someone just has a chocolate milk bottle and like. I don't know why. No one ever thought anything of it, but that was the main tech. But everybody was doing it. I don't know how prevalent it was in your school, though.
No, I
dude.
mean that was me too, dude. I remember like before I moved on to snus when I was dipping, like I remember just also this was kind of when I first started dipping actually. I remember being in a class like my sophomore year of high school and I haven't even moved on pouches. I was doing like the actual dip and we were in a class and I realized I didn't have a cup or anything to spit in and we were watching a movie. The teacher decided to throw on a movie and it was super dark. I'm a back row corner type guy in terms of, you know, the desk that I sit at. So I'm in the back corner and I don't have a cup. So I'm just throughout this whole movie spitting on the ground in the classroom, like just in
That's
the corner.
reckless.
That's
what?
disgusting. Yeah.
By the end of the
That's
class, they
reckless.
turn the
That's
lights
downright
on.
disrespectful, dude. That's fucked
And it's
up, man.
disrespectful. No, I can recognize that I've recognized the wrongs of my ways in the past, you know. I understand the way I treated adults when I was a teenager was not.
You're a teenager.
And
it's okay.
and I would hope that like my kids in the future don't treat adults the way that
It's a learning
Dude, are
process.
we gonna have kids?
Learning
Or what are you
process.
saying?
Okay.
You guys want
okay,
kids?
let me rephrase. I hope that I don't get treated by
Let's get
teenagers
into
the way
it. Let's get into it, dude.
No.
No.
kids
Honestly,
ruin
man,
shit.
I'm terrified of teenagers. It's like one of my biggest fears. But when they turn that light on, I looked down and there was this like fucking pile. Gross. Bad.
Oh,
I shouldn't
did
have
they
done
catch
that.
you?
No.
So you
Class
just were,
ended.
like,
I got the fuck
shameless,
out
or
of there.
you
I was
just, like,
long
what the
gone by
fuck?
the time. There's no proof. Dude.
Oh, so you dipped out of there before they could even like know it was there.
Yeah,
How-
yeah,
how
but
were they
no.
not?
I mean, if I'm being real, I have like a fear of anyone from age like I'd say like 13 to like 19. I feel
Well,
like
do you-
20, maybe I can start like, you know,
thought
talking to you
Ignoble's
and
not here
stuff.
today.
Like no, but like anyone from like age like
Wait, why is
13 to
Tpapa in
19,
here?
I'm like
Tpapa,
scared of that.
Hey,
Papa's here? Oh, what's
what
up,
up,
T-Papa?
fellas?
Ooh.
I'm just doing a drive-by. I'm checking in. Dude, I gotta stop in. I gotta give a respect where respect's due. Prison Joe, I have no idea how you ate 69 chicken nuggets.
Oh, are you eating the chicken nuggets right now? Is that the
Dude,
joke going on?
bro,
I told
bro,
you, but my lawyers are gonna be
Bro.
in contact. You can't be stealing from me, bro. What the fuck, man?
bro, that was ridiculous. I did 31
many-
just now, and that was
31?
fucking dog shit, dude. They're fucking
Where'd you
awful.
get the chicken nuggets from? So if those listening
Wendy's.
right now,
I did Wendy's.
I did a thing where it was for a whole week. Every like sub gifted, I would eat one chicken nugget, but it was an insane amount. So I just ate as many as I could, and I ate 69 from Wendy's and a Frosty and a large Frosty.
I
How
got a
did you
Frosty too, but mine's I bought 50.
Hamsey
made-
loves the 50 nuggets as well, as you guys know.
Yeah,
He
that's
does.
why.
He
Yeah,
feels
that's why I
something
did it.
Love hate.
Anyways,
you know.
In 30 minutes, I got 31 down, and then everyone was mad at me, so I added 30 minutes to the timer for each nugget that I didn't eat, and I think we're all cool now. I think everyone's dapping each other up, and we're friends again. Chat was pretty mad for a minute, though.
That's good. Are you live right now?
Yeah, no, I'm live right now.
Oh, they can hear us.
Yeah, they can hear you guys.
What's up,
Okay.
Tpapa stream?
Anyways, I'm gonna bounce out. I just want to swing it. I also pop the upper decky too, post nugget, so I'm feeling great.
Oh yeah, post eating's in. That's clutch.
Yeah.
That's
Do you
elite.
think
Yeah,
you feel
Right on
tired, right? Do you
topic.
feel
We were
tired
just
at all?
talking
Are
about
you-
this.
are you
yeah, we were
sleepy?
literally just talking about this.
That's fantastic.
Oh yeah. So
you
we're
s-
chilling.
Are you sleepy? Are you good? You don't need to you don't need to sleep at all?
No, dude, I've been gaming a lot, bro. Not a sleepathon.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he says
Yeah.
gaming a lot, he means like 8 hours a day.
All right, I'm
Hey,
fucking
that's-
out of here. This is some bullshit,
That's like
dude.
a full-time job, dude. He's never had one of those. You know, it's rough for him, dude. No, anyway, fuck you,
Thank you, Tpapa. Great. I'm gonna have to figure out how to edit that in. Thank you. Thank you, Tpapa.
Just
Let's-
ruined all the
Let's
scenes.
just see
You're
what.
wondering-
Let's just see if he can do it. Fuck it. Let's just see if. Yeah, it'll be fine.
If you're wondering what just happened, Tpapa is testing the limits of the podcast and saying his editing and audio mixing abilities by joining mid-podcast while he's live streaming on Twitch and talking to us about eating chicken nuggets, which, in reality, I don't think any of us really care, except for Hamsey. He really likes the 50 nuggets. It makes sense, but it was a nice chat. It was good. I appreciated it.
AMD,
That
this
doesn't count.
Fucking
By the
love
way,
it.
you're listening. That doesn't count for spreadsheet. Don't put him on the spreadsheet
No,
for that.
it doesn't count. Hell
That
no.
doesn't count. Like, you can't.
No,
don't
no,
give him
no.
anything.
You can't just come in when it's convenient for you.
Yeah.
Like this is a commitment, dude. This is a lifestyle.
I think a few people have been doing that.
Okay,
but-
can we talk about RuneScape for a moment? I just want to get you guys are doing. Don't look at me like that. This is good. This is good. You guys are doing obviously the hardcore group. You lost a life. Is there any friction with Saeder? Is there anything going on? How do you be honest? I see you making a lot of different faces right now. How are you feeling right now?
Look, okay. At the end of the day, I'll get into the nitty gritty of my feelings. I'll do it. But
Okay,
at the
all right,
end of the
okay.
day, I will make the statement that all of us in the team are real life adults with jobs and friends and things that we do. So, we're not sending death threats to Saeder or anything like that. Like, we're not, dude, people are coming in and roasting Saeder, like actually mad at Saeder. They want us to like kick him off the team and stuff. Like, people are more upset than we are for the most part. It sucks logging in and looking at 4 out of 5, especially to a death like that. Because Saeder's been playing real fucking loose. He's hoovering all of the supplies, dude. He hoovers that shit, dude. We literally call him the Dyson. Because the only
He's
time he
sucking it
talks
up.
in chat, the only time he talks in our Discord is like, hey, can you guys give me 7,000 nature runes or something like that? I need it for 80 magic for a clue step in the deep wilderness. Like, he's just doing shit like that, bro.
I only ask because I've had people come with, because I have like certain people who are like following this and they give me the updates. That way I don't have to like watch any type of long form content to figure out what's going on. I have people coming in, they're updating me, give me some updates, and they said that like, because what I heard basically was after the death, Saeder was just like, he just acted, kind of just tried to put the
He tried to
blinders
power
on.
through. Yeah.
He just tried to power through and keep doing risky shit. And you guys are like, whoa. Hold on, buddy.
Yeah.
You just
One-
died.
1 hour after his death and logging back into RuneScape, he tried to convince Tpapa to go to KBD with him to do a clue step in like level 50 wilderness. And Tpapa was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Absolutely not. Like, we're not gonna do that shit."
Well,
Um,
Saeder needs to realize you guys aren't just 5 randoms. You guys are streaming this content, and there are definitely bad actors out there that will want to kill you just for your
Oh, yeah.
reaction. So the fact that
Oh, yeah.
he's even doing wildy steps at all is, I would say that he has big balls, but then at the same time, it's like, or is he just stupid?
he's making some cavalier plays.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way. He's making some real cavalier plays. At the end of the day, like, no, we don't care. It's just for content, but it is fucking hilarious to continuously make fun of him and remind him of his death.
So at one point in the distant past, you might not know this, but if you're listening, there was at one point a season 1 of Based After Dark where we had, yes,
shout out.
different people all the time, different content creators.
Very
and-
RuneScape
and
centric.
It was very
RuneScape
yeah.
centric too, and one of those guests. And honestly, I still put this as one of my top 3 podcasts of all time that we've done. Was the one we did with Roydy. So if you want to go
Love
back
that
and
one.
check that out, season 1 episode. I don't know what the fuck, but it's got Roydy's name in it. Roydy was a part of a very prolific group called the Farmers, which I think we can all agree are the original group.
They're the progenitors,
they are,
for sure.
They are, like, when you think of Group Iron Man prolific teams,
They made it pop.
that
They
is,
made it worth
Yeah.
Jagex's time to implement that type of game
I mean,
mode.
dude, they fucking
Mhm.
they influenced the way the game mode was played. That is
Yeah.
the original group. No shame to like Skidler and Eviescape's group. I mean, but like when it came to like when the game mode actually came out, like they were the group.
Yeah.
And that was the group that everyone wanted to watch when the game mode came out. And kind of unlucky. A lot of people can say it's just because he's bad, but like Mammal, lost like all the lives.
That's Tasty's canon, man.
All
Talk
4
lightly.
lives. That's
his
my
canon.
cousin. No, talk heavy, dude. That's
Yeah,
my
I know
cousin.
you guys
Talk
talked
shit.
about that at Thanksgiving, but when we had Roydy on the podcast, he kind of said something similar to what you just said, is where we were like, "Were you mad? You can tell us. Were you mad that he lost all your lives?" And he kind of said something similar to you, is like where it was like we were not mad at all, but it was just viewers, from
Dude,
our,
viewers take it so seriously.
they get attached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really do get attached, man.
Yeah, but it's totally different for them. It's a completely different side of the content spectrum. And I feel like when someone loses a life for a team that you're very invested in, that is one very solid step closer to that content being gone.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
I think they take it as almost like a personal attack. They're like, this person is trying to ruin my fun. Like that's the vibe I get from the people that are genuine. I've only had like 1 or 2 people that were genuinely mad at Saeder in my chat, but he's had like a bunch.
Dude, we're coming full circle, but it is kind of like a WWE effect with the storylines
Yeah,
colliding.
It
really is.
It is.
It
You know
really
what?
is.
You know what pushed it over though is No Monkey, because not only is he got like 1,200-1,500 viewers on Twitch, like he's popping off. He streams on YouTube, and so the YouTube people, those are the ones that take it the worst. The YouTube people hate that because they're not really involved with Twitch culture, which is why they're on YouTube. And, the average YouTube commenter is also the average YouTube live stream watcher. So imagine Behemoth comments live in your stream all day because you died. Like, just think about that, like that's, I feel for Saeder a little bit, but also he deserves it because that was stupid. But like that's what it's dealing with for sure.
Yeah.
Tasty, I want to ask you, because all hardcore group Ironmans end. What
Yeah, they do.
what is the goal long term, like knowing that you have a finite amount of time on this account, and like a lot of it's not even in your control. Like you have 4 other people that are going to be factors into that. What do you guys have any long term goals, team goals, individual goals?
That's a good question. So
and please don't give us, before you start, don't give us any bullshit answer like just to have fun. Give us like
no, I haven't had fun in a video game since I was 12 years old, Hamsey. That's never been my fucking goal in a video game. My goal, personally, my goal, I want to make it to top with the team. That's what I want to do.
About.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. And
That's
that's the last piece of content probably we'll go for. Because that's really, like, you need a lot for that. It's pretty heavy to get into. We need to do probably, Cox for prayers. We need to do TOA for some other, little random things. But what I will say is that eventually we will die. Hopefully it's after TOB. Hopefully it's after TOB. If it's before, whatever. We've decided that if the team does end, if we lose all of our lives, we're not going to continue playing. It's not going to be normal group Iron Man. Realistically, what's probably going to happen is we'll go back to our accounts. We'll take a break for a couple months, whatever, do the content that comes out, new content, whatever. And down the line, if there's interest in remaking, we'll probably shuffle some players around. We might remake another group, but I can only do that maybe a couple times before it just is just too much.
Yeah, it's
that's the scope.
Yeah, well, it's such a niche piece of content, especially like RuneScape being its own niche subculture as well. It's just
Yeah.
it's the appeal of it is like the finite amount that you're gonna
Exactly.
get from it. You don't know
the
when
danger.
you don't know when it will end. So.
Yeah. And it takes a lot away from it if you just immediately remake and launch back into it. And if you just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Because then the allure of the danger and the finiteness is completely gone, which is why like hardcore remake Andes pop off at the start when their hardcore is getting real good.
Yeah.
Maybe first remake, second remake it'll be whatever. Like third plus, no one fucking cares. No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Actually, I have a take on this as well. Actually, the first RuneScape streamer that I ever really started watching and like got really attached to, Alpha, my fucking king. I'll die for him.
Shout out Alpha. Shout out.
I remember watching him. I caught him at a time where I think he was on a fresh hardcore, and I didn't know at the time. This was for the best that I didn't know this, but I didn't know that this was like his 7th or 8th hardcore that he had done.
Exactly.
And I remember being so like invested in the account, and then I remember when he died at Tob, I had seen this account grow from early game to end game level raid, and when this account died, I crumbled into a million pieces.
Yeah, there's a lot of attachment
like
to it.
I was a
Fucking
viewer,
tearing
you
up,
know.
man.
I was a I mean, I had started streaming a little bit, but like for the most part, I was a viewer at the time, you know. Like this is like what the majority of the people how they think, and I remember when he died, I was distraught, and without losing a single tick, this guy was already on Tutorial Island making a new account.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I remember thinking that this is the most badass shit I've ever seen. Like, he just propped this account all the way up to Tob and died, and now he's back. But as the account started going, I remember watching him get into mid-game, and he DC'd at Zulrah, died again, and is just back on Tutorial Island.
Yeah, exactly.
It wore off,
right
didn't
back.
it?
No, there was no, unfortunately, because this was the stream cut out, and you know, he went live again in a couple minutes and was like, "Yeah, I died," and then he's like, "Yeah, so we're back on Tutorial Island." Like and then I was like, that was the moment that I was like, "Oh, you know, I've always been watching this as if it's like the end of the world if you die."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But now knowing that if you die, it just means I gotta come back to your stream for. I'll come check back in 3 months and I'll see you where you are right now.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, it's a good way to put it.
That's the way to put it, dude. It's like I can come back in 3 months and I'll see you where you are right now. I'll see you in 3 months. Peace.
I was gonna say, to add to that, I feel like every RuneScape content creator, it's a good option. It's there. It's good, especially if you've never done it. Like Tasty's never done it. This is his first time doing it.
Yeah.
It's good, but once you do that, like sure, like you said, first remake, that's good. But once it happens a couple times, and then you get kind of stuck in it. I feel like you don't want to get stuck in it, but you definitely want to have it as an option, and that's part of like why I don't think I'm ready yet. I'm gonna do it one day. Like I know for sure if I stay in RuneScape content creation, I'm gonna go down a hardcore route. I mean, I allegedly have one already. That's okay.
Yeah, what am I hearing about that?
And you know, there's and I would love to do a group eventually too. I don't feel like I'm ready for that though yet. I want to.
It's a lot.
But I'm holding on to it. It's definitely gonna happen eventually. But like I'm not ready to make the jump yet. But I feel like whenever you do, it's good for you. You just can't get stuck in it. You don't want to get stuck in it. Don't get stuck in it because if you get stuck in it. That's
why you see all the good streamers, you know, like the farmers, they did their debut. They killed it. It was some of the best content we had in like years. Yeah. And then eventually they lost all their lives. It was over. They didn't immediately remake. They all went back to what they were doing. You know, they played it smart. They played it safe. They went back to the content that's like their real content, and they wrote it out. And then when, you know, the collective consciousness kind of forgot about it in like half a year or whatever, then they remade. They did Farmers V2, and like that again popped off, you know. And then I forget how they died, but Farmers V2 is long gone,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely multiple ways to look at it because, like, I remember looking. This is also like very fresh mind. I wasn't that well aware of like the game and like how things worked, but I do remember watching Alfie die on that hardcore that in my mind was one of the most established hardcores I've ever watched, and seeing him die and without even losing a step, saying accounts in the trash. I'm already on Tutorial Island, pickpocketing men in Lumbridge, getting ready, fucking fishing shrimps. Like, there was something kind of badass about that. But at the end, I will say you're going to be more on the edge of your seat if like what you think is the guy playing the account, if I die on this account, it's all over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a broader theme. If you just have something in such excess, there's no scarcity, there's no importance to you. It just doesn't matter anymore. If you can always have it, then you don't want it,
Yeah, it's good for you personally too. If you step away from it, eventually, it's going to start itching. It's going to be like, you're going to be like, oh, I kind of miss. You'll start missing it, and then by the time you're going to come back, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fantastic refresher.
And one of the greatest hardcores in terms of PVM accomplishments, Mutz. One of the only hardcores to ever get a Zuckhelm. The hardcore that he has that he got the Zuckhelm on, he was working on already when he was already playing his other hardcore. And I remember him
it was backup
showing
hardcore.
that. And there's something, not to take away from the accomplishment, fucking amazing accomplishment, but like there's something a little less exciting about knowing that if this account dies, there's already one ready to go on the, if you're watching this account thinking this account dies, it's all over. Life is done. There's a meteor headed towards Earth. We're all going to die if this account's HB ever hits 0.
Yeah.
And if there's like some kind of backup plan, I don't know. It gets rid of like the magic of that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it special. I get what you mean.
100%.
It's just so funny how, like, in terms of content creation, like where we're at with RuneScape, because as someone who was an OG like YouTube watcher back in 2007, 2008, there was only PK videos and tutorial videos. That's all that existed. And then somewhere along the line, one of those famous YouTubers did like a progression account type video. And now we're at the point where we have like hardcore Andes, we have group hardcore Iron Man, we have hardcore ultimate Iron Man streamers that don't even make YouTube videos. It's like all, and like, I feel like all this came from the community, because wasn't a friend the first person to do the Iron Man before Iron Man?
Bodhi
Bodhi and Foe, I think.
But I don't know. Foe probably did it, but Bodhi made it really popular with One Man Army. Which
Yeah,
is like
One Man Army.
Yeah.
It was basically a bronze man, more or less. But he gathered all his own supplies and stuff, and he didn't use gear until he got it himself. Which is the main reason Jagex added Iron Man, is like thanks to Bodhi and doing One Man Army.
Yeah, it's just
That's why he's the GOAT.
That's why he's.
Isn't it crazy how he's not even playing Iron Man anymore?
That's why he's the GOAT.
No, he's not. Which thank God. I like seeing his not Iron Man arc.
I don't think I've ever seen Bodhi with a gray helm next to his name. It's always either been red helm or no helm.
Red helm or no helm, baby. That's the way to do it.
And he created the game mode.
To switch gears here, you want to do a few of these topics before we get into the Twitter workshop?
hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I suppose we could.
I have a good topic here from Mr. Lukey JD. We love you. Thank you for your topics. Usually, 9-hour road trip. Would you rather have no AC or no sound system?
No sound system.
No sound system.
No AC.
I live in Arizona.
I asked this question because I thought, like, in my head, I was like, Tasty was he gonna pick AC? Hamsey's picking music. Like, that's just...
I would die. I would literally die. I don't think I could do that. Unless I was just
is it a
north.
cop-out to say you're on a road trip, you can just fucking roll down the windows? It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's 115 degrees outside. I'm gonna die.
But you're driving at 60 miles an hour. It's not that bad, dude.
Oh, so you subtract. So the wind is 55 miles. You're right. Totally right. I'm dumb. I'm a fucking idiot, dude.
I don't know where I'd pick here. I guess it depends on where we're at. I don't know. It depends. This is a big
the location. Just assume you're in your home.
We gotta assume it's summer.
West.
We gotta say it's summer and it's hot. Because if it's cold, obviously it's easy. Like, you're probably just gonna pick music. Like,
well, dude, when I was in high school, I started going to a high school and then we moved halfway through, and I didn't want to switch high schools, so I had to drive 30 minutes each way every day. And at like the very start of the school year, my stereo broke, so I drove an hour a day in silence for a full year and a half. Basically, I'm comfortable with it. I can drive with no. My stereo's broken right now. I don't listen to music in my car, so like I'm comfortable in the silence. I'll take it.
I don't like that. But also, if I didn't want to pick a cop out answer, but at the same time, like, if I'm picking uncomfortable heat or not listening to music, how long is a drive? Because
9 hours is a long time. A lot can happen, you know.
How long?
9 hours, long time.
9 hours, dude. I'm thinking about
Ooh.
if I'm listening to the voices in my head for like once I get past like 3 hours, that's when.
What do the voices say to you?
Yeah. Listen.
Do they tell you to harm yourself and others? What's going on?
Not myself. Never. No.
Okay.
I'm cool with them for the most part.
Okay. Yeah.
Others, it really just depends who I come across. I don't know.
Is
Do
it
you get
kind of
road
up and
rage,
down?
Hamsey? Do you get road rage ever?
I try to get like funny road rage, you know? Like if I like get into like a real incident where I try to, if I'm in like a typical road rage incident, like I try to like blow someone a kiss or like give them like a funny face.
You all right, man? We've been kind of worried about you lately. You good? You doing okay?
I mean,
Sure.
dude, it's either that or I'm like flicking them off and telling them that I'm gonna kill
Okay.
them, you know?
Yeah,
What would
you
you rather
don't.
have?
You don't have a gun in your car, right?
Nah, not a big gun
We'll
guy.
be right back.
I got this.
Keep
I
it
got
right
this
here.
boar spear
Hamsey,
behind me.
Tell me about the road rage incidences where you tell people that you're going to kill them. What is their reactions? Are there a lot of like bystanders to witness the murder that might hypothetically happen?
No. I never have had any big road rage incidences myself, but there was one that I was in an Uber. Maybe
Oh!
the story a long time ago.
I
don't
remember
know.
this story. I remember this story. You told
I
it.
think I did. So
I
I
think
don't know.
Prison Joe wasn't here for it though. Were you there for the story?
The one about the dad and the gummies? Yeah, I was here for that one.
No,
6 times.
No.
dude. We said road rage story. That has nothing to do. Anyone got anything for the Twitter workshop?
I've got one that I think I
We can start there.
might have shared like a week or two, or no, not even a week. It must have been a long time ago if I did. Or maybe I didn't. I don't remember. So stop me if you've heard this one. I told my artist that I wanted a realistic looking RuneScape tattoo. So he drew up a 140-pound Dutch incel saying the N-word.
That's a tweet.
That's, you know, I didn't bring anything this week, so it's better what I got, you know. For that. But
I
not
thought
for
that was
you,
easy.
for
I
you,
thought that
not
was
your,
great.
not your best work for you. You know?
Really? I like that one.
It's not, I mean, you could tweet it, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Say it again. Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Told my tattoo artist I wanted a realistic looking RuneScape tattoo. So he drew up a 140-pound Dutch incel saying the N-word. Do we change the phrasing? Is that too harsh?
No, it's the Dutch. I don't know.
Instead
But
of
they're all Northern
Dutch-
European.
a Dutch incel,
You could say European. You could generalize more. You could just throw European in there, maybe.
European, and maybe not the N-word part, but maybe add
But like a
racist,
slur?
like race or saying a slur. Yeah, saying a slur.
What about
Saying a slur, yeah.
140-pound European incel saying a slur?
Yeah, that's more
Yeah.
the
Is
that
delivery.
good?
I mean,
Okay,
it
okay.
just
It's softer. It's a more soft approach, I would say.
Yeah.
It's a
Do you
little
have
softer.
Do you have any
I
other
was
ones? Or is
worried
that the
that'd be
last
too
one you
hard.
got?
Hold up. Let me look through. No, I'll be honest. I've been weak on the tweets recently. I've been playing too much RuneScape. I think it's rotting my brain. I went outside last night and I ate my dinner outside in the rain because I hadn't been outside in so long that I just needed fresh air.
would you go as far as to say that you're enjoying RuneScape?
Yeah.
Fellas, is it gay to enjoy RuneScape?
I don't think so. No, I think
I don't
I
know.
think this is good. I think this is good for him. It's good.
I
I'm
think
getting
it's
my
good for him.
I'm capping my hours. Like I'll tell you that, dude. I've got
I'm
that
glad.
going for me.
I'm glad. You know, they gave us. You know, it was we had a nice RuneScape discussion today. That wasn't painful. It was enjoyable.
No, that was a
Enjoyable.
good RuneScape discussion. Actually, I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that was nice.
I think it's good.
Oh,
Let's
Did
not
you
make
guys
it a
see-
thing, though. Let's not make it a
What-
thing.
A little quick note. Did you guys see Tpapa pierce his ears live on stream at his house?
Yes.
I was gonna say, can we review this clip of ShePapa Slice? Can we show this to the viewers?
Oh yeah. Put that in.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Damn,
Whoa,
dude.
What was that? What was that initial reaction you just had there? What
he's
Yeah.
hideous. He is disgusting. That's the worst thing I've ever seen, dude. I can say that. I can say that because I make a hot girl. Okay, I have provably a very hot girl.
like,
Oh.
what is it? What's going on here that's not like?
This is the girl that you go home with. This is the
Is
girl
this
that
who
you
you
go
went
home
home
with
with,
when she has a hot friend and your boy is talking to the friend.
You're taking one home for
You've
the
been
team.
there. You've been. You've jumped on this.
Yeah.
Explosion
I have
before, you
no-
think you just call us an explosion.
Many times. I've hooked up with this girl many times.
Would you hook up with Tpapa to save your homie again? This Tpapa.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Save my home.
We'll just say like it's
No,
like
he's
I
going
know,
for, like, an
like,
absolute
we know,
supermodel,
like we
you
know
know?
you're
No,
scared.
to go for a
like,
supermodel? No.
No, if
He's,
your
like,
friend's
dying.
about to
No,
hook
let's
up
say
with
this, let's say this,
Adriana
like-
Lima,
Like
you know?
we know you're scared of pussy, but this like just imagine this like this is Tpapa, but just a big fat wet pussy down there. Like, are you gonna take the bullet?
Hamsey, life hack. Just cover half his face with your hand and you just see the eyes. It's all good.
No.
I can make this work.
I just took a screenshot because that face specifically has to be used for some sort of tweet. I'm gonna have to cook something up for next week, dude. That's too good.
Well, this
All
is
right,
a
so
video.
I
This
have-
is good for the workshop. This is good. We're building for the future here.
This is a video. Can I play the video?
This is my contribution.
yeah,
to
play the
things.
video.
Yeah, play it. I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh god, I turned off your stream. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I need like 15 minutes.
You got some backup, bro? It's that
Do
bad?
what, buddy? What are you doing, man?
It doesn't take whatever you're suggesting here does not take 15 minutes, if I'm
Yeah,
correct.
that's my
Maybe
question, bro. If you got-
with
if
that
you're-
it takes 15
If
minutes.
you're
buddy.
facing it in the night and you got to help your boy out, like, are you like you gonna, you know, like I said, we can get rid of, you know, the what we got, or we can just leave it if you want us to, but we can get rid of it. You know, we can put whatever you want down there. Like, are you gonna? Would you take the bullet? Like, would you get in there? I didn't. What was that
No,
face? What-
no, that might be my limit. I don't know.
That's valid. I'm not even gonna talk shit.
I respect that. I was curious, you know, just because you're experienced in this. That's
So, if you looked in our Discord, I did send what I have. I think this is kind of relevant to the community. Mod Matt K says, "Getting old sucks.
Bro.
I advise none of you to do it." And so I found this pic of the orc from Lord of the Rings where he says, "Looks like meat's back on the menus," and instead of meat, it says, "Looks like killing myself back on the."
Bro, that's fucking.
That's low.
No.
That's low.
How is that relevant to the community?
No.
What do you mean, dude?
It's a quote tweet from Mod Matt K. That's why.
Is this a quote tweet or a cry for help? What's going on here? Are you okay, man? Like, let me ask you.
Dude, I've
again.
gotten
Are you
already
good, bro?
reported. Dude,
Are
if I
you
can
alright?
show you my emails
I'm
of
here
how many
for
times
you.
I've gotten reported.
We can like hang out sometime.
Dude, I'm fine.
Maybe like a
honestly.
virtual
But, like,
brunch. Like, what do you?
I'll do a virtual brunch.
Can we?
Is that
I've been
offer
asking
not
you
open
to
to
do
me?
virtual
No,
brunch
next
for forever,
podcast
man.
should be a virtual brunch. Next podcast.
Dude, that would be so sick. Just
Next
little
time we get a UK
mimosas,
guest.
egg sandwich, you know?
Oh.
Let's hit
Yeah,
it, Megan.
one-
Whoa, all right, okay.
But it's Mod Matt K, bro.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a little. Honestly, I feel like that's harsher than mine.
I
I
would
feel
agree.
like that one's a little harsher than mine.
Yeah, I don't.
I
Think
like it. I like if you showed me that as a friend, I'd be like, "That's funny and fucked up." If you tweeted that, you're gonna garner the wrath and the ire of the Twitter community. You're gonna get reported. again. You're
No,
getting banned.
no. He's saying don't grow old, and I'm saying okay.
I get it.
A lot
Just
of
what I'm
people
saying
are
is,
not
like,
going to
we
get
gotta
that.
think
I
some people
get
are
it,
gonna
I
they're gonna
get it.
they're gonna take it and earn it a little bit to where you're telling him to kill himself.
Yeah, people are going to think you're telling Mod Matt Kennedy that he should just kill
Because
himself.
when I read that, you know, and I'm stupid and I'm on Twitter like other people, that is where my brain went some. But I know your intention's not that. So, but those people who are stupid and on Twitter as well don't know you like I do. So,
No,
They're
but he's
gonna-
already old, so
I it's not even that. It's just the fact you're joking about killing yourself. Like that's the part that I think people
I feel
will
like
not
it's okay
like.
if you kill yourself, but you're involving him and you killing yourself, so it's like it can be turned a bunch of different
okay
ways.
If you kill yourself? Is that what you just said?
I mean, like if it's okay to joke about you killing, but if you actually kill yourself, I'd be upset. Like I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't. Want
I'm
you
gonna
to
be
do
okay
That
because
would
I
be
actually got
uncool.
suspended for 2 days for tweeting "kill yourself" in one of these
Dude, are you
Twitter
okay?
workshops.
I think that's what we're
Yeah,
trying to
you
get
already-
to.
you already-
We're trying to get to the bottom of that in this episode today. Are you okay?
No.
Is Hamsey okay?
The
You're
tweet,
saying
the
no.
tweet was not. Let me be clear. The tweet was not me saying I was going to kill myself. It was something about someone else killing themselves. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
But I got suspended
No,
for
the,
like,
the joke
I
you're
think it's just the
implying.
phrase.
Yeah, so the joke you're implying here is like Mob Matt K is like, don't get old, everybody. So then like you're fucked up, funny brains like, oh, we should just kill yourself then, right? Instead of getting old.
Dude, you get it finally.
Yes,
someone.
other people
No,
are
I
not.
get it.
They are
We
not
understand.
going to get it.
I get it too. It's just like Twitter.
I need a LaCroix, dude.
Twitter.
I need a fucking
It's
cigarette.
not that bad, dude.
I'm out of LaCroix.
Hold on.
And
I'll
it's
be right
killing
back.
me inside,
I'm
man.
getting a
I've enjoyed
cigarette.
this conversation myself. We'll be right back.
I want a
we'll be right back.
cigarette.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
go to
I
the
mean, that's.
Patreon.
I think. Should we just head to the Patreon?
Don't skip. We have some news for you because we have recently reworked our entire podcast format. We will still be conducting one normal podcast a week, but now Tier 1 patrons will have access to a weekly exclusive Patreon podcast that's going to be even more based and more after dark. We've also updated our other tiers to include perks that allow you to directly interact with the podcast and influence the topics that we speak about. The Patreon will be linked in the description below.